My name is Adnan, and I've been a professional sales consultant for 25 years now. And today, I happen to be the highest producing volume rep in $1 billion home improvement company. I want to be very clear about something right from the start. I'm not telling you this because I've mastered anything. I really haven't. I'm still unsure. I still doubt myself. I'm still very much a work in progress. And honestly, that's kind of the whole point. Because the day you believe you've mastered life, that's usually the day you either retire or stop growing altogether. And growth is really what this conversation is all about. Speaking about these things is never easy for me because on the outside, the story looks clean, confident, successful, consistent. But on the inside, that's a very different place. And I want to take you back to where it all began. Me as a kid, a quiet kid, a nervous kid, a kid who had a stutter. I remember what it felt like to open my mouth in class and feel my neck tighten before the words even come out. I remember that pressure in my chest, that moment where your mind knows exactly what it wants to say, but your body doesn't cooperate. And kids can be cruel sometimes. They laughed at me. They imitated me. They repeated my worst moments back to me. And without realizing, I learned something very early. Speaking is dangerous. Not because anyone says it directly, but because your body remembers it. And this is something I didn't understand for most of my life. Now, being a certified hypnotherapist, I've learned your nervous system doesn't understand logic. It doesn't respond to motivation either. It responds to experience. So every laugh, every freeze, every moment of embarrassment, my body wasn't learning confidence, it was learning threat. Now, fast forward, you grow up, you get older, you get smarter, you get more capable, and you assume that time alone should fix things. But the body doesn't forget just because time has passed. For most of my life, I lived with this contradiction. It's like I wanted to speak freely. I wanted to communicate clearly. I wanted to lead conversations. But whenever the stakes were high, whenever something really mattered, my body would shut down. The back of my neck still feels tight to this day. Breathing feels shallow. Thoughts in my head keep racing. And that same doubt shows up quietly, almost politely. Thoughts in my head would tell me, you're going to mess this up. You're not as good as they think. This is where you get exposed. And the funny thing is, if you're watching this now, you might be thinking, he seems fine. And you'd be right. I am fine. I'm grateful for all my physical gifts. There are people in this world with real handicap. There are people in this world dealing with real, visible hardships. But here's something I've learned also. Just because someone else's battle looks bigger doesn't mean you're capable of handling yours. Most battles aren't loud, they're internal. And the hardest ones are the ones no one else can see. The shift didn't happen because I became fearless. It happened because I got tired of running. Now I'm in my early 40s and something hit me hard. That almost half my life is already behind me. And if I keep waiting to feel ready, if I keep waiting to feel confident, it'll never happen. I'll wait forever. So instead of asking, how do I get rid of this? I started asking, how do I live with this? Because confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to move forward while fear is present. And I want to be very honest here. I'm still learning this. I haven't mastered anything. I still feel it in my body nearly all the time. I still have moments every day where my old patterns show up. But now I understand them. And understanding changes everything. Here's what changed the game for me. I stopped trying to fix myself. And I started learning how to regulate myself. Because science shows us something really important. When your nervous system feels unsafe, your brain loses access to language, creativity, and memory. That's not a weakness. That's biology. Your body thinks it's protecting you. So instead of fighting anxiety, I started calming my body. Slower breathing, relaxed posture, softening my jaw and neck. Not to eliminate fear, but to tell my system we're okay. And over time, you realize the thing I once believed was my biggest flaw became the reason why people trusted me. Because I stopped trying to sound perfect. And I became deeply focused on connection, listening more, speaking slower, feeling the room. Humans pick up on micro signals like tone and posture and breathing without thinking. We don't analyze energy, we just feel it. That's why someone can say all the right words and still feel wrong. And someone else can stumble, be imperfect, and you still feel good about them. So no, I don't believe I've mastered communication. I believe I've learned to respect my imperfections. And that mindset is the same one that creates long-term success in sales. The best salespeople aren't finished products. They're curious. They're self-aware. They're always refining. The moment you believe you've arrived, that's the moment that you stop listening. You stop growing. On the outside, I may look confident, but on the inside, that unsure kid still exists. And I don't fight him anymore. I work with him. Because he's the reason why I stay grounded. He's the reason why I care so deeply. He's the reason why I connect on a different level. And here's the paradox. When you accept yourself fully, you gain the ability to improve everything. Not from self-judgment, but from self-respect. So if you're watching this and you struggle with doubt and anxiety and feeling like you're not there yet, I want you to know this message is for you. You're not broken. You're not unfinished. And that's not a flaw. That's life. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your story. What are you struggling with right now? Where do you feel stuck or unsure or unfinished? Drop it in the comments below. I read them and I genuinely try to respond to every single one. And if you want more conversations like this about sales, mindset, confidence, and becoming better without pretending you're perfect, consider subscribing. Let's keep this conversation going, and I will talk to you soon.